Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely proud of our effort. I think there's definitely some things that we can improve on, and we've been trying to zero in on that over the last week. But, just really proud of the way that we handled, traveling and playing in, the cold situation and against such a great team. BC really moved the ball extremely well. They fight really hard, so well coached. So, we're kind of building off of that. Came back, played CMU, had a great performance there, and now we've had, several days to kind of ramp it back up for this weekend, and we're really excited for two great opponents coming into our place this weekend.
And then, in both, kind of top 5 matchups this year, you guys have gotten off to super hot starts. Syracuse and BC kind of like mirrored the same game up like 8-2, 7-2 in the first quarter. How do you keep that going in the second quarter and kind of like end games a little bit earlier? What do you kind of see from your team, in that aspect?
I think that's something that's probably pretty common is as you progress as a team, trying to put a full 60 minutes together. And, that's a goal of ours. So we want to build each week and put more and more minutes of great play together. But there's always going to be, tough situations, tough plays. And I was really proud of the way the team was very resilient through those times. And, I feel like the offense was able to punch back, when we had goals scored against us defensively. So it was really exciting just how they were bouncing off of each other and working together as a unit.
And then Dylan Amonte and Hannah Gillespie are, 2 fifth years, played a lot of lacrosse, seen a lot of, games, big moments. What have you kind of seen from those two girls who are in, maybe similar roles on the offensive and defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think those are the glue people. Hannah and Dylan are very similar in terms of just like they're connectors, and they really bring people together. I'm really proud of both of them in terms of the way that they're stepping into leadership roles and, just really going out there and fighting as hard as they can every time they step on the field.
And then tomorrow night, Denver comes to town. For fans of the team and fans of the sport, what are things that people should kind of, expect going into that game?
Well, yeah, a sold-out crowd, so that's super exciting. And I think, Denver is a tremendous program. They have a lot of weapons offensively. They just are really hard-nosed and tough. So I would expect a great fight. It's going to be really exciting to see lacrosse played at the highest level in our facility. And these are the things that you really look forward to. So we're so grateful that Denver will come to town and play us and have that same matchup that we had last spring.
Well, I think we've been having a lot of fun. I think since our loss against Notre Dame, that really had us all look ourselves in the mirror, really focus in on the details individually, and then come together collectively and feed off one each other, build off of our wins, our mistakes, and just collectively have a good time.
Cool. And then, your 5th year season, played a lot of laps, a lot of big games. How would you kind of assess your 5th year so far and just kind of talk through maybe like your role on the team and then how you try to star in that role?
I think just collectively as a defense, all of us have taken pride in bringing it for each other. I don't want to speak for the offensive end, but I mean defensively, I guess being my 5th year, just kind of having that experience with all the other, we have a pretty veteran group, so kind of having that with each other. I think stay focused, focus on the details. I think bringing that energy is something that I've really been trying to focus on, and staying positive.
And then you guys saw Denver last year in the Final Four.
Yep.
What do you kind of remember from that game and does it help already like preparing for a team, kind of knowing what to expect a little bit this time around?
I mean, obviously it's a new year, so I think going into it, looking at it like that, obviously we kind of know some of their players, but I think more focusing on us and our new game plan, our new team, and just moving forward with that. Obviously having that experience and it being a rematch in a way, I think kind of just looking more internally and looking at ourselves, our game plan, and focusing on the little things.
And then this Friday night, another sold-out game at Ryan Fieldhouse.
Awesome.
What's it kind of like to, that's kind of like become the norm. Even like, the Central Michigan game, not as, big ticket of an opponent, still stands are packed. Like, what's it like just having that support?
I mean, it's crazy. I don't think I've ever expected that to happen in a women's sport, women's lacrosse, and the fact that the fans show out every single game, parents, local people in the area, and even other students in Northwestern, and it just really brings that fun atmosphere and energy, and then makes us all feed off each other, and it's just crazy.
Kind of crazy. I can't believe I'm in my last year at Northwestern, but it's been a dream come true, and I'm trying to stay present and enjoy every last moment I have with this team and on the field and with my teammates. So yeah, it's been nuts, but it's exciting.
And then just talk about the offense a little bit. You guys are like 6 games in. How would you kind of, rate yourselves, and what do you guys have to, keep improving on to get to that spot that you guys want to be at?
I think we've been doing a good job recently. I feel like we've grown a lot as a group. A lot of us have played together for a really long time, so that's been super helpful for us. We're able to read each other pretty well. One thing that we've been trying to work on is just making sure we're moving the ball, playing selfless, and just playing for each other and doing all the little things so that we can all make each other look good.
And then take me back to last year's Final Four game with Denver. What do you kind of remember from that game, and what kind of sticks out in your mind?
I mean, I remember the end of it probably the best. Being able to be on the sideline and see so many of my other teammates be able to get a chance to play in a Final Four game was pretty surreal. So I kind of just think being able to cheer my teammates on and not necessarily be the one on the field, but be able to watch people that didn't get as many chances throughout the year do their thing and excel.
And then, Denver again this year has got, a touted defense. You guys have seen them, recently, but last season, what have you guys been doing in practice, and what do you think are some of the keys to, breaking them down?
I think we've been trying to focus on ourselves a lot, not necessarily focusing too much on what Denver's going to do, but how we can attack them and apply pressure to their zone with our own pressure. And I think going into the game, just like I said, being selfless and being able to make those sacrificial cuts for one another and just celebrating all the little things.
And then take me back to last week in Boston. Obviously had a lot of family there, hometown, game for you. What was that kind of like? Just rabid crowd?
Yeah, it was awesome. We had, I think, more fans there than BC did, which was really exciting. My entire family was there, which is pretty special. Probably one of my last games I'll ever play in Boston, so it was pretty exciting to have them cheering me on. And I literally heard my little sister screaming the whole game, which was pretty great. And just being able to see them all after such a big win was awesome.
And then just kind of talk about some of the fan support this year. Last game had a bunch of girls out here getting autographs from you guys. What's it kind of been like this year? I'm sure it's a little bit like level up from maybe what you've experienced in the past.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the fans have been great this year. I think we have so much more support than we have in past years. Seems like we're selling out every single game, which is just great. And while we were signing autographs the other day, I said to someone that I literally have a piece of paper from when I was a fan with everyone's signatures. I still have it in my room at home. So just being able to be that person and to sign autographs and see how excited all these little girls are to see us play is amazing.